Hey guys, Technomentary with the video for you guys. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the iPad Air 2 in 2021, whether it's still worth it or not, and should you buy it in 2021, and what can you really do with the iPad Air 2 in 2021. All of that and much more in this video. But before we go ahead and get started, if you guys are new to our channel, we do a lot of tech news, reviews, and giveaways, so make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, if you guys are in the market for one of the newer iPads, like the iPad, the latest version here, make sure you guys check out the link in the description section to the discounted iPads you can get online. So let's talk about the iPad Air 2 in 2021. Well, first let's talk about when this was released. This was actually released in 2014, and in 2021 it's coming to its 7 years since it's been released, and a lot of things have changed. And what can you expect with technology? You know, over the years things change, your hardware change, all of that and much more. But the iPad Air 2, it's the lighter version of your regular size, but it's the bigger version of the mini ones, and that's unique design that we really like that Apple has introduced. It's really slim and slick when it came out, and even now it just is a lightweight device that you can have for a tablet. It's just weighs under 1 pound. Of course, you have different model options. For example, this one is only Wi-Fi, so it only works on when you're connected to Wi-Fi. For your internet, we're not able to put a SIM card into this one, but there's also the cellular edition one, which you can put a SIM card in and use it on the go and do a lot more with it. And talking about that, you also get about 10 hours of surfing the web on Wi-Fi, watching videos or listening to music. So it gives you quite of a life on a full single charge. It does take some time to charge because of the battery, just taking it a lot. It's a bigger battery compared to the iPhones and such. But once you are fully charged up, expect about 10 hours of just screen time on it, which is pretty much a lot for tablets out there. I know some of the Android tablets out there don't last a couple of hours depending on what kind of thing you have. Of course, other thing is that you have the camera with it, this one, so you're able to do recording in 1080p. Of course, you're able to record here. As you can see here, we're able to record both back, and there's also a front screen to it, so you got the unique camera. And even for things like FaceTime, it's a phenomenal device to use FaceTime on because you have that front facing camera, and or if you're using it for just simply messaging on it, you're able to sign into your Apple account, get the same message and the FaceTime features that you would get on your iPhone onto the device without really using your iPad. So multitasking is definitely something you can do with this iPad. And other things noticeable, of course, it has, of course, things like, you know, your fingerprint touch reader here. You also have the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, which, you know, in the newer devices of Apple, it's no longer there. But for if you're a person that's kind of sort of going into the legacy mode, would then still like to have that headphone jack, it's still available. Things like wireless charging, unfortunately, is not available on it. The display here, it's really unique display, and we're going to talk about the display because it's a 9.5 inch LED backlit multi-touch with IPS technology. It has a 2048 by 1536 pixel resolution, so that's really good. It also has a anti-reflective coating on it and a fully illuminated back. What kind of processor does this have? So it has a A8 chip onto it, which is equivalent to the iPhone 6 lineup here. So if you think about the iPhone 6 lineup here and the 6S, it's around that phase when this was released. So to give you guys kind of a comparison of how old this device is. In terms of software, you're able to actually get iOS 14 on the iPad 2, and it unfortunately is the last update for the software that Apple is going to be supporting this because the hardware has aged, and unfortunately Apple devices won't be supported. So we haven't updated to iOS 14, but it's something you can update the iPad Air to iOS 14, get the latest one, and it's going to be relevant in 2021. And that's probably the selling point for this, is that it is a device from back in 2014 that still get your whole iOS 14 update, and that gives us a phenomenal device because you're able to play less heavy graphic games. So if you're playing games that are on the lighter side of it, because it is an older device, you're able to get things like many games that you used to play back then without any issues. But if you're playing games that are meant to be played on the console, like PUBG and Fortnite, don't expect to be able to do all of that, because that kind of stuff you're not able to do on this device, and hence why it's sort of at the end of life, we would say, in that aspect. So if you're looking for a device that to do all of that, you're not going to be able to. But nonetheless, things like, you know, your basic get your productivity tool, just tools that you use for application like Grubhub, Uber Eats, all of that still works. Even for video streaming, it's really a good device because of that 9.7 display, and it is Retina display onto it, and that anti-reflective. It makes it really phenomenal to watch, you know, your sporting games, your Netflix, your Disney Plus, all of those apps that are supported. You're able to watch it without really watching it on your TV. And when it comes to social media, you're able to pretty much download all the popular social media apps, your Facebook, TikTok, and all of that. No issues there. Even for music streaming, your Pandoras and all of that is working fine. So kind of to conclude, how well is this device in 2021? Well, it's a device that is still supported, and it's going to be supported in 2021 until iOS 15 comes out. And iOS 15 doesn't come out till later of the year, so you're not really worried about it. And the thing about this device is you're getting it at a discounted price. You probably can get this under $200 or so, instead of paying almost $500-600 for a new device. So in terms of worth it, we think it's still worth it, but the caveat to that is that if you have the money, we would probably go with the Air 3 or the 4, because those are out there, and those are where you're going to be really a device that, if you're looking for the long-term usage, is what you want to be looking at. But nonetheless, for things like FaceTime, iMessage, general app usage from your social media, entertainment, music streaming, your little productivity tool, browsing, of course, still does a good job in terms of browsing, even on a decent Wi-Fi. If you're looking for a browsing, for someone looking for an iPad to get into that space, it's still worth it. Probably not for someone who's looking to really just multitask at a bigger scale, where you're looking for the power and a device that will get you a couple more years. Probably not a device that will do that for you. So there you guys have it for our review of the iPad Air 2 in 2021. We're going to hear from you guys. What do you guys are thoughts on the iPad Air 2 in 2021? Leave a comment in the comment section. Of course, make sure that like and subscribe button while you're at it. Thanks for watching, guys. See you guys next time.